on YouTube? It's James Tryhammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and this is the second practice round I got at the ETC tournament. Now, basically, the first round we had a practice against England. The second round I forgot what team. It might have been Denmark. It might have been some other country. I don't remember. But I'm playing a second practice round, and everybody got paired up. But here's the deal: one of our teammates had to leave, and I think one or two of the Denmark's teammates had to leave. So basically we were left, and not only did they leave, they took their army with them, which was a Vampire Coven army. So I'm left without an opponent. So whoever got the last matchup against the guy who's missing had to play El Rey here. Now El Rey is Kent. Kent is actually, if you guys don't know who El Rey is basically the reason Ninth Age exists. One of the reasons. He's one of the founding members of the Ninth Age. And he's a Viking. Look at that. Look at that, like, goatee thing. This, you can actually hear that in the video I just put up with him on the interview. But El Rey is basically the guy who he does rules team for, I think, the Infernal Dwarves. If not, I might just be mistaken. But anyways, he does a bunch of rules teams. He does a bunch of things and for Ninth Age period, and he's kind of the voice of, as he said, quotation marks. He's the guy who's the angry guy who always tells the ABC's team no. So basically, he's the one who kind of controls what goes on. So I'm playing against El Rey, and the thing is, they gave El Rey. He's actually the coach for Denmark. And he's going to go ahead and play an army that's a loner army for him against me, so that way I get a little bit more practice. So he's going to go ahead and play our own guy, my own teammate's army against me, and that is Mike Hernandez's Empire of the Sonnstahl army. So I'm going to go flip through some pictures. Here's a picture of, I think this is right after, yeah, this is right after we played England, and those are the Thundercocks. If you guys don't know who the Thundercocks are, that's those two guys right there. Basically, anytime I saw these guys, they were always together. They were always a pair. But they were talking to me, and they were introducing themselves. I met them this day. Didn't know who they were at the moment, and we had a conversation. They knew who I was. They were like, "Oh shit, you're the guy from Shyhammer," and we had a conversation. They were talking about the Orc and Goblin army, and we were going back and forth about Orcs and Goblins and paint jobs and all this stuff. And then the following day, somebody asked on my YouTube interview if I could interview them, and I'm like, who the hell are they talking about? And then bam, I'm like, oh, those two guys, I know them. And then it all clicked, everything, like all the cogs in my head clicked, and I was like, oh shit, I've actually listened to their podcast before on the Ninth Age forums. I was like, holy shit, everything just clicked. I was like, ah. Anyways, it's kind of interesting to see names to faces, actually, or names to voices even. Anyways, for my magic spells, I got Evil Eye and Fix It Up, and then for my other magic spells, I got the Big Stomp and Get 'em Lads. I'm going to show you my army in a bit, but let's go over my opponent's army. My opponent, he has a prelate on a war altar. He has the Thunderbolt carriage thingy. I forgot, what is it called? Oh man, I'm going to start yawning already. God damn it. Anyways, he does have 2 cannons. He has 2 blocks of 30 flagellants. He has a giant block of 11 electoral cav, and he has a giant block of 50 halberdiers. He has 2 level 1s or 2 level 2 wizards, and then he has a freaking other guy over there. Magic spells, he got Burning Brightness, Time Warp, Divine Banishment, and then another Burning Brightness. As you can see, we're lining up across the table like so, and I decided to deploy my army first to avoid cannon fire, I believe it was. But El Rey is just like giving me the evil eye. Look at this. It's just like like that's a photobomb right there. He's just kind of like, who the hell are you? Now, even though he's giving me the death stare in this photo right here, he was giving me the death stare the whole damn game. I'm being dead serious. This guy was the most serious gamer I've ever played against. I was like, shit, is he pissed at me? As you can see, I have 2 Gargantula Spiders. I have 6 Nasher Dashers. I have 2 Wolf Riders. I have 2 units of 20 Goblins with short bows and banners and Madgets. I have 8 Cave Trolls, and I have a giant block of 40 Orc Ed Bashers with spears. I have 2 Rock Lobbers. That's it. So he goes ahead and he lines up to me against me like this. I line up against like him like that, and more or less, my whole deal right now is I'm trying to strategize. I probably should throw the rocks into his prelate. I hate doing that because every time you get like the one chance you do get a direct hit, they're probably gonna ward save it. So that was one of the things I was kind of like, I don't know about that. I do know I have to shoot his flagellant. Fucking yawning. All right. I know I have to shoot his flagellants before they get into combat. That's one of the things that's like my one of my number one things I have to deal with. I'm gonna have to try to figure out how I'm gonna do that, and I could also try to redirect them with the Wolf Riders. I actually end up deciding to use the Wolf Riders to go for War Machine hunting. He does have 2 rioters in the 2 units of rioters in his army. So, and then, again, this isn't even El Rey's army. This is Mike Hernandez's army. So, anyways, I'm going to go to Vanguard up. I Vanguard up Chickenhead and I Vanguard up the Onion Knights. Going to go ahead and start off turn 1 ONG. Now, turn 1 ONG, I start fanning over to the right side. I decided to move up my Goblins just because I'm going to go ahead and just throw some Fanatics through. It's hold your ground again. It's in the center. I move the Chicken Rock to the left to try to avoid some cannon fire, and I just kind of get myself in a better position to use magic spells. Magic phase, I got 9 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up Evil Eye, and right now my whole focus is trying to kill those flags. So I go ahead and I throw it, get it off, only kill off 2 flagellants in this unit over here. I go ahead and I do 4 dice onto the big stomp, and boom! Triple sixes! Holy shit! So I get triple sixes. He wants to see me blow up. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Direct hit right on top of those flags. Oh god, it was just glorious. I ended up killing off like however many I hit, which was like probably like 12 to 16 of them. It was just glorious. I think it was 12. For my miscast, I ended up just taking a 7, which kills off a couple guys in my unit, and that was it. It wasn't that bad. That was probably one of the better hits I could get. Shooting phase, I shoot the web launcher into his flagellants, kill off one of them, but gets them stuck so that way they don't march up on me. And then this rock lobber misfires, takes a wound. This rock lobber gets a direct hit on his prelate, but fails to wound. After this tournament, guys, I think I'm going to take a break on War Machines because of this. Alright, so it's going to go ahead and start off Empire of the Sonnstahl turn 1. Empire of the Sonnstahl turn 1. First off, he's going to go ahead and turn his whole Halberdier unit facing my Onion Knight. He wants to kill the Onion Knight with magic spells, and he's going to do that while I'm like this. He moves up anyways. He doesn't care about the... He doesn't march, so he doesn't take the DTs, and he's going to just go ahead. He keeps his cavalry back. He keeps his guy still in a small bunker there, and then he moves the riders right behind the Onion Knight, just like this. They're going to start off shooting phase. Shooting phase, they're going to shoot, and they end up doing 2 wounds, and bink, bink! I got an armor save and a ward save, or I don't know what the hell that is. Or that might just be his magic phase, actually. Magic phase, he got 8 power dice. He tries to go ahead and do whatever he tried to do. He tried to do some magic spells to get rid of my chaff right now. He tried to get rid of the Onion Knight or Chicken Head right now, and I end up stopping him, all his spells. I think I even used my Dispel Scroll really early on, because I've come to learn that they're trying to get rid of it on purpose, because you could really mess them up if you'd let those guys live. So I'm going to go ahead and try to stop, even though I know I'm going to get shot at. I stop all his spells on this magic phase, and then he goes to shooting these skirmishers that were in the building. Shoot at Chicken Head. Chicken Head gets 2 armor saves, no problem. He goes in and shoots the rioters, and they do 1 wound onto Chicken Head. And then over here, he shoots his rioters. Over here, kills off the Onion Knight. The cannon starts shooting at the A-Rock. Gets a hit, gets a wound, and does 4 wounds. Ugh, that sucks. It's going to start off turn 2, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 2, Orcs and Goblins. Chicken Head's charging in and gets shot to shit and dies. Oh, that sucks. And as you can see, I moved the A-Rock behind the building. I actually charged the A-Rock into the building. The reason I did this was because I figured if he sticks in combat, I'll be able to not get shot in the next turn. I move up the Goblins, and I barely move the Trolls. I barely move the Orcs. I did move up the Goblins on the other side and the Squig Hoppers, and then I moved the Chicken Rock around to the left flank. Anyways, it looks like this. Magic phase, got 7 power dice. I go in and I fix it up onto these guys. And the reason I did this was just basically to kind of, if he does decide to charge into my A-Rock, it'll deter him more or less. Go into shooting phase. Shooting phase. These guys over here start shooting at the flags. They kill off 2 flags, and then over here close combat. Apparently nothing else happened in shooting. What the hell? That was a quick jump. It jumped from this picture to this picture. Wow. Nothing else happened in shooting. Over here, A-Rock kills. This is something crazy. This is something nuts, and this is what happens when you fight against somebody who is who's part of the community that made the game. I go ahead and I swing with. I was about to swing with the A-Rock, and he goes, "Were those the Goblins?" And I go, "What do you mean are those the Goblins? That was the A-Rock." And he goes, "No, the A-Rock doesn't get to swing." And I go, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "It's a ridden monster." And I go, "No, it's a monster." And he goes, "No, it's a ridden monster." And he shows me the rule. It says ridden monster. And he's like, "Ridden monsters, only the crew or the riders are allowed to attack." So I got the 8 Goblin hits. The A-Rock can't do shit in the building. What the fuck? That was the first time that's ever happened to me. And I was just like, holy crap. So I go ahead and I swing with the Goblins. They only kill off 3 guys. He goes ahead and swings back. He doesn't do shit. They're going to run. They're going to run out the backside of the building. Now, the reason why I was hoping they would do that is I was hoping they would scare off the rioters on that side from the panic and just fly through the unit. Doesn't happen. They fly through. They pass their panic. It's going to start off turn 2, Empire of the Sonnstahl. Turn 2, he did rally these guys. I don't think he had any charges. I don't think so. So magic phase, he got 6 power dice. He goes ahead and whatever he does. Oh, now I use my dispel scroll. He's going to go and shoot his thunderbolt into these guys. He ends up killing every single one of them. Even though it shows 5, it was the 6. Causes the panic on those guys, but they don't really give a rat's ass. Over here, he shoots at my A-Rock, puts on another 2 wounds onto the A-Rock, tries to shoot his riders at this Chicken Rock, does 2 wounds, and then the cannon starts to shoot. This cannon shoots at the A-Rock, boom! Takes out the A-Rock. Oh, it's so ugly. It's so ugly. It's going to start off turn 3, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 3, Orcs and Goblins. I charge the Chicken Rock in, and this is one of the funniest moments to me. I don't care. This is like a mistake, and it was an obvious mistake. But I got to tell you guys the story. I got to tell you what was going on. So I'm looking at it. The Chicken Rock had an easy flank to the Flagellants. The problem is with the Flagellants is they're unbreakable. So they're not going to go anywhere. I go in, I charge in, I kill 7, 10, 15, 16. If I get even the perfect score, 16 wounds and 6 thunder stomps, so 22 wounds. I still don't have enough. I think I barely have enough to kill that whole unit that's already weakened. But that's if I got everything perfect. I doubt I would get everything perfect. I'm pretty sure I would get like 10 wounds, you know? So I'm thinking about it like, I could charge the flank. They'll be unbreakable. Because they're unbreakable, he'll countercharge with the cavalry, and those guys are going to be strength 7 on the charge. I'm like, well, how about this? I charge the cavalry. I'll have a charge. I'll have maybe a wound or 2 I'll get through. And I look at the list, and I'm like, all right, he has just 11 cav. I'm like, all right, 11 cav. I don't understand what the big deal is about these guys. I don't understand why he has the 11 cav. So I charge in with the Chicken Rock, get in, and I'm like, I got this easy, right? So I'm looking at the numbers, and I'm looking at the people, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, I'm moving up. I'm like, all right, the right side, the A-Rock died. Moving up the troll still. I'm still kind of staying in the same spot, but I'm making sure I'm getting a downhill charge if I do charge. And I don't want to mess with the flags yet because I still want to keep weakening them first. I move my goblins on the left side up closer because I figure I would just go ahead and shoot at them to lower the number still. And I think I still have my fanatic up my sleeve. And then as I'm well, you'll see what happens. Anyways, magic phase, got 6 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up evil eye, he stops it. I throw up fix it up, he stops it. Shooting phase, these guys decide to release. Nope, they don't release their fanatic. They must have not. But they end up, yeah, they did. I take it back. They release the fanatic. They shoot at the flags first, and while shooting, they end up killing 3 flags. Release the fanatic, toss him through, trying to hit the cavalry, and I end up killing. I don't think I ended up killing. I think I might have killed only 1. I don't think I killed that many. So then close combat over here. I look at the I look at the fucking guys, and I'm like, yeah, just 11 cav. Wait, who's the 12th guy? Oh man, I really did have that moment. I'm looking at the cavalry guys, and I'm like, wait a second, there's a 12th guy with a hammer there. And of course, it was too good to be true. There was a character in that unit that has the Sonnstahl on him, And he goes ahead and he swings. He racks up like 6 wounds or 4 wounds onto the chicken rock, and the guys do another couple wounds, and I'm like, shit, I end up only killing 1 guy. I fail that combat. I'm gonna run, even though I'm stubborn. I run, and he chases, but he doesn't chase me down. It's gonna go ahead and start off turn 3, Empire of the Sonnstahl. He's gonna charge his rioters into the chicken rock to try to push me off the table. I think he does push me off the table, and he charges his knights into my goblins. My goblins decided to flee so I can make him fail a charge. And they flee crooked because I think they were just in the flank. So center to center, they pop out to this side over here, and he just fails charges. But he ends up using his flags as chaff, basically. Moves them right here in front of my orcs. I don't know if this is a good fight yet because I still have to deal with them. Even though I do have the numbers game on me, but this is how I would lose the numbers game, basically. Magic Phase got 9 power dice. Goes ahead and he does a burning bolt and kills off 4 of my orcs. This cannon decides to shoot. Doesn't do shit, and this is kind of how the table looks. It's going to go ahead and start off Orcs and Goblins turn 4. Orcs and Goblins turn 4. I do not charge. I do not charge. I go ahead and I do magic. Magic, I got 6 power dice. Go ahead and do an Evil Eye. Kill off a couple more flags. Go ahead and I do a shit ton of dice onto the big stop, and I fail it. Then, or I don't fail it. I get double 6s. He lets it go through. Actually, I think I did fail it. I get it through. He uses the Dispel Scroll. I go ahead and I do a rock lobber into his prelate. It falls onto his flags, kills off 1 flag. It's going to start off his turn. Empire of the Sonnstahl turn 4. Empire of the Sonnstahl turn 4. He's charging his cavalry into my rock lobber. I have to take it like a man, right? He's charging his... I don't think he charged in with the flags yet. I don't know what he did there with the flags. But basically, this is how it looks. I think he just moved closer to me. I think he moved in like... If you're going to charge me, you got to charge me. But he also did this so the trolls don't get a flank charge. Anyways, Magic Phase got 3 power dice, and he goes ahead and he does another like burning bolt or something like that. Kills off a couple goblins. And they stick. It's going to start off turn 5 ONG. Turn 5 ONG. Alright, I charge in. I'm like, fuck it. I might as well take out the flag unit. I'm going to charge in. Whatever. Magic Phase got 12 power dice. Go ahead and I do the foot. He stops it. I go ahead and I do fix it up. He stops it. I go ahead and I do get him lads onto this unit, and he doesn't stop it. I release my fanatic backwards into those rioters. He had no clue it was coming. Goes right through them. Does 1 wound. That's it. Just 1 wound. Come on, man. What the hell? Some bullshit is what it is. Bullshit ass fucking fanatic. Alright, over here, shooting phase. Shoot the rock lobber into his prelate. Finally gets a hit. Finally does the wound. Does 1 wound. Or 2, excuse me. 2 wounds. These guys over here, I end up just destroying those flagellants. Of course, they hit and killed a couple of my guys back, but he ended up trying to pick out my characters. This is why I didn't charge the turn before. I knew he was going to try to pick out my goblins. Or my shaman, excuse me. So he goes in and he does a couple attacks on the BSB, a couple attacks on the Orc Shaman, a couple attacks on the Goblin Shaman, and all of them whiff. All the ones that he picked out characters whiffed. And then he goes ahead and he swings at my Orcs, kills a couple Orcs, but that was about it. With the rerolls to hits and the Strength 5, they were just mincemeat. I ended up killing off all 18, no problem. This is kind of how it looks. I reform so I don't get a flank attack. And it's going to start off his turn, El Rey turn 5. He's charging it to the War Machine again. He contemplated charging it to my flank of my Orcs, or it would have been in the front of the Orcs. But he didn't, so he just decides to go for the War Machine too. He moves his other flags right in front of my Trolls, because he's just like, you're going to charge me. And I think this was the interesting turn. He charged into the rear of my goblins up there. What happened here? I think that was it. I'm trying to figure out what happened. Moves in. Magic Phase. Magic Phase, he got 12 power dice. Goes in and does a Thunderbolt into these guys. Kills off 4 of them. Then he goes in and he does Sunna's Blessing on here. And I didn't know this spell existed. I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I didn't know this spell existed. that it's fucking giving them flaming attack. And I was so ready to charge these guys. I was so ready to charge them with the trolls. I was like, whatever, the trolls don't care. But as soon as they got flaming attacks, I was like, that's fucking suicide. So they're gonna get flaming attacks over here at close combat. He ends up killing off my war machine, overrunning into the other war machine, just failing by like a sliver of an inch. And then over here, oh. Oh man, I'm sorry you guys only got the aftermath of this. I was trying to take quick pictures because I was told I'm a slow player because I take pictures. But the goblins were on the other side of the table fighting against the rioters. The rioters had a charge and a rear charge, and they did a couple wounds. I lose combat. My goblins run. They ran enough inches to get into the trolls, past the goblins, past the orcs, past the fucking cavalry, to the other side of the tables. I measured it. Those goblins ran 42 inches. How the hell did my goblins run 42 inches? That is crazy. Oh man, I was dying when I saw that. I was like, that's hilarious. And again, Kent has this like stone cold killer face, and it's just like, come on, Kent, that shit's funny. Those goblins just ran 40 inches, and Kent's just like staring at me like, it's not funny. I guess it is funny, huh? And he didn't even laugh. He just kind of did the huh. It's gonna start off turn 6, ONG. So I go ahead and I try to charge. I didn't even charge. I think I failed stupidity. I think that's exactly what it was. I failed stupidity on the trolls, and I was gonna see. The thing is, it's hold your ground. So whoever had more banners in the middle, I was gonna win. So I was figuring I was gonna try to move the trolls over and squeeze my goblins in on a single file conga line to get to the middle, right? And the fucking trolls fail stupidity twice. I think I charged in. Maybe I charged in. I don't remember. But Magic Face got 7 power dice. Didn't matter. Over here, close combat, he's going to kill this war machine. And then that was about it. I didn't charge into shit. I just moved closer to the banner, to the hold your ground. Turn 6, Empire of the Sonnstahl. He's charging into my trolls. They have to stand there because they're stupid. And this is just an aftermath thing. It was like, he's not going to kill them all. I'm not going to let him get the fire off. So Magic Face goes off, and or he charges in. He gets his banner closer. His other banner is not going to get in range, so nobody's basically getting that banner point, or the hold your ground point. Magic Face, he got 11 power dice. He goes ahead and he tries to do whatever. I let everything go because he kills off a couple of my guys. He does like Thunderbolt. He does like a Burning Brightness. He does a bunch of shit to try to kill my orcs, cause me to panic. It doesn't happen just because I am just I have my general in there, but the other problem is I'm just making sure he doesn't burn and destroy my trolls. So I stop everything, or I stop the burning spell on the weapons, the Solna's Blessing. Close combat over here, he destroys this, and then over here he ends up only killing off 2 trolls. My trolls end up killing off 6 flagellants, but it doesn't matter. It's the end of the game, guys. That fail stupidity cost me the game. I could have like single line, even if I single lined my goblins, I just needed to be within 6 inches of the coin. So as long as I was within 6 inches of the coin and the trolls basically created a barricade where they couldn't pass the trolls, I was fine. That's basically it. I was fine. So after this game, or after this, nobody took the objective. We both got the objective. So after this game, based on the scores alone, it was a 13-7. I got the 7, he got the 13. It was basically losing the 2 spiders. I killed a couple. I killed a flag unit. I killed something stupid like the skirmishers. Didn't kill the rioters when I needed to. I was hoping to at least kill 2 or 3 of them and cause the other 2 to panic and run, or just killing them all with the fanatic. But the fact the fanatic only killed 1, that was just stupid. That was just beyond stupid. The trolls, if they didn't fail with stupidity, cost me the objective. It would have been a 10-10 that way. And the other thing is, if I would have known he had the fire blessing sword, I would have I would have stopped it, and I would have charged him earlier with the trolls, because the trolls overall, over time, yeah, they're gonna get all their hits with their fucking frenzied fanatics there, or flagellants, but I think I would eventually grind down that unit enough to kill the unit with all the trolls. As for the move where the chicken rock charged into the quote unquote 11 guys, that was just hilarious to me. I was like, I can't believe I made that stupid mistake. And that's me not reading the list, but I don't make that mistake in the tournaments, in the ETC tournaments. I read everybody's list that I fought against over and over and over again, so something like that doesn't happen. Besides that, let's see MVP. MVP, it's not the A-Rock, it's not the Chicken Rock, it could be the Orcs. It could be. They took out some flags. Could be the Trolls. Nope. Could be the Wizards. No, not really. Man, I didn't have any really good units. I'm going to have to give it to the Orc Horde. The Orc Horde killed off some flags, but that was about it. I mean, Kieran the Coyote did mess up some flags early on with that footed Gork. That was just nasty. But besides that, nothing else really happened throughout the game. It was a very low point game. This is more of an ETC style game, I believe, where it's like you're more afraid of making mistakes, so you're trying to lose as little as possible. Obviously, I made some major mistakes with the spiders, but whatever, live and learn. So that's about it, guys. The Orc Horde got the MVP. This is the end of practice, which is really funny because Colin really wanted to throw me against Empire armies, and he goes, do you think you're really going to get a 7? And I was like, yeah, probably. And he goes, what did you get on the Empire guy you played against? I was like, a 7. Oh, man. How many times Colin actually said, do you really think this is going to happen to me? I wish I had a penny for every time, or $1 every time he said that, because he said it so many times to me. I don't know if it's his line or what, or... You know, in all fairness, I understand they had little faith in me because I kept losing, but it was so funny to me. What would have Koopa done? That's the question of every ETC game I'm going to play. What Koopa would have done? First off, Koopa, I don't know if I would have him take care of the Knights. He would probably just die to the Knights, no problem, especially with that guy with the Sonnstahl. He would be able to hold up the flags, no problem. He would probably try to help with a flank, take out the skirmishers, or take out the cannons because the Chicken Head and Onion Knight failed that. He could have probably eventually went for the prelate or the not the prelate, the other altar thing. But yeah, Koopa again still had more of a role. You know what it was? Koopa probably would have chased down the rioters. To be honest, let's just be honest. I would have been able to cut out paths that they were going to go ahead into my rear and shoot at or whatever. But he's annoying enough where he would have, and if not, I would have been able to get Koopa into the back lines. Anyways, guys, I hope you're enjoying these. I enjoy making them. I still haven't figured out my sleep schedule yet. I've been so bad on my sleep schedule just because of this whole trip. So I've been waking up at like 4 in the morning trying to figure out like how the hell to stay asleep. But besides that, guys, if you haven't hit like and subscribe, hit like and subscribe already. I don't know what you're waiting for. What are you doing with your life? Besides that, that's about it. If you guys feel the need to donate to my channel, you could always do that. It's on the right side on my YouTube channel page, homepage. And besides that, I'm glad I actually played against Mike's army, even though it's not Mike playing the army. Which is pretty funny to me, actually. And I honestly had an honor playing against Kent, because Kent is a great guy. He's an awesome guy, actually. And a minute after the game, he went back to the Kent I knew, where he was like joking around, laughing, and having a good time. But man, during that game, he had the most serious look on his face. Anyways, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next video. The next video is actually ETC Round 1. Round 1 against Austria. And again, I don't care if I sound like a racist fuck. I like doing my Arnold voice. This Austria is going to pump you up. Get down. Do it now. Get to the chopper. Alright, guys. Take care. I'll see you then. Peace.